Toronto, welcome to the W.
Huge day, yeah. That's the Prime Minister right beside me.
This is Sportscentre.
Hey, I'm Roberto, and we begin with massive news. As the WNBA is officially coming to Toronto. I'm at Hotel X where the announcement was just made.
I am honored to officially announce that we have awarded the City of Toronto the 14th WNBA franchise.
It was such an incredible experience just sitting here with all of these important people in one room. There was a dog, okay? We had a bag check. That's how you know it was important. This place is absolutely buzzing all morning. Drake, Kyle Lowry, Masai Ujiri, Scotty Barnes, all in attendance, as well as Justin Trudeau.
Women's professional sports, the hunger for it, the excitement for it, and just the glory of it is huge. Proud to be part of a country that uplifts women in sport, whether it's Canadian soccer legend and my cousin Christine Sinclair, or all the great players of the PWHL, or all the incredible basketball players we're celebrating today. Cities across Canada have said loudly and clearly, we are and we want to be a destination for women in sports.
Our own Kayla Gray even had a chance to chat quickly with Kyle Lowry.
What does it mean to you to see Toronto finally have its WNBA team?
I think it means the world, not just for Toronto. I think for the country of Canada to support women the way they always have, and to have a team here is going to be amazing.
The Toronto WNBA team will begin playing in 2026 and play their games at Coca-Cola Coliseum just a few steps away from here. But Larry Tannenbaum also said that is not the only place this team will be playing.
First and foremost, this franchise will be Canada's team. While our home base will be here, right here, Coca-Cola Coliseum at Exhibition Place in Toronto, we will play games in Vancouver and Montreal throughout the season, uniting the country behind our franchise and inspiring pride and passion in fans from coast to coast.
It's going to be so cool to see this team play in other Canadian cities. Like we saw in Edmonton, they sold out when the WNBA came there. We're going to see them play in Vancouver as well, Montreal. I cannot wait to see the WNBA just take over this country. Mayor Olivia Chow even declared today WNBA Day in Toronto. She said she played in grade 9, but I feel like she still needs to work on her form for jump balls. Former Raptors executive Teresa Rush was named team president and talked about this team's potential name.
The first questions I've been asked in the last hour that I've been appointed president, every single person has said, what is this team name and colors going to be? We don't know. It's a clean slate. So we are very much looking forward to sourcing information and suggestions from the Canadian public. So keep an eye out for that in the near future.
And honestly, I was hoping for an actual name. They teased it a little bit. Now we just don't know what it's going to be. And we need to have a Toronto brainstorm. Let's get together and do this. Now joined by Tamika Nurse, actually in person this time, which is a little nice, actually, I must say. So good to see you, too. We just had a couple of scones, but we still smell really good.
They're really good.
Okay. This is a monumental day in Toronto. When you see all of this, and you see all the celebrities that are here, the politicians, everything, and thinking about the kind of time that you've spent as a basketball player, just as a Canadian, what does this mean to you?
It's really cool. You know, my amateur career was not as stellar as some other people's that are in the room today. But being able to see female women's basketball players now at home will create a new generation of talent. It's just really exciting. It's really exciting as a female basketball player who almost was and wasn't.
Obviously, we have a lot of players, former players that are here as well, looking at the future of this sport. Is there maybe perhaps just a tiny little bit of resentment knowing what could have been forever ago but is here now?
Oh, not a tiny bit, like a whole lot of resentment of knowing what could have been and never happened. No, it's just a really exciting time for the city. It's a really exciting time for the country. This is Canada's team. That's what they kept saying. A really exciting time for all of women's sports. Yeah. And it just looks really cool for Canada. And like maybe Kia come home one day. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of pressure for Kia to actually just play here now, make it happen, okay?
Yeah.
We'll collectively manifest Kia actually playing here.
But have like 2 more years really good with the Sparks and everywhere else, if you don't mind, it's okay.
Yeah, of course. Okay, so we don't know a team name yet.
No.
But we do know that today has been named officially WNBA Day in Canada. What does that mean for you? How are we celebrating?
I think this is amazing. We should pop champagne bottles. We should maybe get on the court and shoot a couple of shots. I'm not sure what it'll look like. I don't know what percentages would be, but pick up a ball today. Anyone out there, pick up a ball. Play.
Yeah. When you saw the list of attendees coming today, we saw Drake is here. What went through your mind the second you saw that?
I don't know. This is crazy. Like, we've gotten Drake out of his house down here to Hotel X in a Canada warm-up. I haven't seen anything like this before.
What is this going to mean now for women's basketball moving forward in this country?
I think this is just great. You look at it at a grassroots level. So having this in our own city, having this in our country, being able to watch this live and in person, you'll have all these little girls picking up balls, playing in their high school teams. I think it's just great development for female sports going forward.
Tamika Nurse, a pleasure as always.
Nice to meet you.
And just like that, I'm back at this location. And let's switch to hockey, because the Western Conference Finals kick off tonight. What's got the Oilers to this point has been their stars, specifically the trio of McDavid, Draisaitl, and Bouchard, who each have 20 or more points. This marks the second time the Oilers have made the conference finals in the McDavid era. And looking back at that season, their playoff run was similar. McDavid and Draisaitl each scored 20 points through 2 rounds, and the Oilers won the series in 7 and another in 5. When the conference finals rolled around, though, Edmonton did not see the same success as they were swept by Colorado. The story of that series was not the star players, though, as their dynamic duo still produced. But what hurt them was goaltending, and that will be crucial again this time around, as the Stars are 6-3 in games where they've scored 3 or more goals, and undefeated when scoring 4 or more. And we all know the Oilers have had mixed results when it comes to goaltending. Now joined by our guy Craig Button. Great to see you, Craig.
Hello, Marissa.
Okay, Craig, we are down to 4. Let's fill in some blanks. The main reason the Edmonton Oilers will not win the Stanley Cup is...
When I look at the Edmonton Oilers and the Dallas Stars, you certainly look at a team in Dallas that has some real offensive prowess. So if the Edmonton Oilers are not going to find a way to win this series, it'll be because the offense that they're facing from the Dallas Stars is just so much better than what they faced in the first 2 rounds versus Vancouver and the LA Kings. Now, we know that the Edmonton Oilers can score and we know that they can play defense, but the Dallas Stars can really play defense just as well. And I think that the challenges for the Edmonton Oilers in this series come to their ability to match up against the Dallas Stars 3 lines that can put the puck in the net and create a lot of opportunities for themselves and get themselves into the right spots. Because when you're facing Vancouver and you're facing LA, they don't threaten in the same way that the Dallas Stars do, and that certainly becomes something that could be the undoing of the Edmonton Oilers in this series.
The main reason the Oilers will win the Stanley Cup is...
That's what you want to talk about. What do they have to do to win? Since Chris Knobloch took over, the Edmonton Oilers have been an outstanding defensive team. And they've also been an outstanding offensive team, really good on the power play. Penalty kill has been excellent. But the defensive play for the Edmonton Oilers has been stellar. And we saw that in games 6 and 7 versus Vancouver. When we think about the Edmonton Oilers, it's automatic to kind of default to Connor McDavid and to Leon Draisaitl. They'll score, they'll lead the way. But what the Edmonton Oilers have shown is that they can win in different ways. And the playoffs require you not only to dig in and try to win in different ways, but to do exactly that and to win, playing sometimes outside of the areas that become obvious, scoring with McDavid and Draisaitl. This is a really good defensive team. It's a team that relies on 4 lines, 3 pairs of defense, and they really dig in. Consider that against Vancouver in Game 7, after Vancouver made it a 3-2 game, no shots on goal for the Vancouver Canucks in the last 4:36. Everybody committed to defense. And when I look at the Edmonton Oilers' chances to move on to the Stanley Cup final, team defense, which has been outstanding under Chris Knobloch, can carry the day.
Uncle Button, a pleasure as always.
It's always going to be fun when you watch the Oilers and the Stars. I was part of it for a whole lot of years, and they were great series.
As you've seen all show, this has been a magical day. We've had scones, okay? That's how magical it's been. So time to relive it in this edition of Roberto on the Go. Have you ever started your day with police dogs checking your bags? Somebody important must be inside this event we're walking into for the WNBA, and I'm just getting started.
There's coffee.
There's food and coffee?
Yeah, there's
Deluxe. We must have some of Canada's finest attending or something. Scones, fruit platter, a basketball with basketball cake pops. Had to wait our turn to get in, but the second we did, grabbed a spot with some of TSN's finest. Tamika Nurse, Kayla Gray, Takia Singh. Josh Lewenberg is here.
Josh is here.
And then there he was, Mr. Prime Minister. Delivering just a hint of shade for Toronto sports fans.
Through thick and thin, through heartbreak and triumph and heartbreak, Torontonians consistently demonstrate their passion, their commitment, and their love for professional sports.
Then the WNBA commissioner presented Larry Tannenbaum with the official Toronto game ball.
Toronto, welcome to the W.
Then And the mayor declared today WNBA Day for the city of Toronto. So we got politicians, we got commissioners, we got billionaires, we got Kyle Lowry.
Larry just he just right here.
We love seeing Lowry out here supporting the women, and honestly,
Women's sports, go.
it doesn't matter the event. If the food spread is good, you know it's top tier. That's all for today's here at Pick and Mouth Research, Nova Pacific. Have a good one.